You know what? I bet at the end of next episode, they're gonna find his secret stash of cassette tapes, and each side is gonna have a reason for one person in Riverdale for why he killed himself. Topical. Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. Hey everybody, welcome back to Riverdale Recap Review Roundup. We never actually named this, I don't think.
Yeah.
We just watched episode 12, and we are...
shook.
Yeah, I guess we're shook. Honestly, I feel like the big reveal, it wasn't as shocking as it could have been. I think the lead-up was way better than the
payoff.
Yeah. It was like, because... I mean, I'm assuming that you've actually watched the episode before you watch this, so, like, obviously...
What are you doing here?
Yeah, like, spoiler warning.
We'll be right here when you're done.
Pause.
Hey, welcome back. What you think? That was weird, ain't it? I feel let down, even though I still have yet to watch.
Oh, you watched part of it.
I watched.
Clifford Blossom killed Jason Blossom.
Whoa.
Bam. He was, like... one of the top candidates the whole time anyways.
Yeah.
For a minute there, I thought it was gonna be Polly.
For a minute, I thought it was gonna be, like, Miss Grundy.
Yeah!
Returned.
I'm still waiting for Miss Grundy to, like, just barge back in.
For a minute there, I thought it was gonna be Archie.
So
maybe
and
it
then
was.
just kill him as he watches.
What
like,
if, okay, here's the thing, because this is the penultimate episode, and normally if they reveal the killer in the penultimate episode, it's like, nah, it's not really the killer, because there's still one episode left, but they actually have video evidence. But, like, what if, like, it was just someone wearing one of Clifford's wigs?
Nah. Why would Clifford then hang himself?
He said the maple syrup industry is going down.
He's a pansy.
Why not go the true businessman's way out?
Could not find a wakizashi anywhere. So, like, I can't commit Sudoku.
Sudoku.
I'm making a joke.
Okay.
I'ma kill myself in my maple syrup barn filled with cocaine. There was the fucking fake out. It looks like Penelope is gonna be revealed to be the murderer, and she, like, grabs Cheryl's by the wrists and drags her out, and she's like, you think our family is hiding some deep, dark secret? You think me and your father could have killed Jason? You want to see the dark secret behind our family? And she throws open the barn doors, and she looks in and is like, maple syrup! Sticky, sweet maple syrup!
Can we get dumber? Oh, yes. Is that the actual line?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she's in tears.
Syrup.
So yeah, so I guess the big reveal we're supposed to get from that was that the maple syrup industry was like a front for a cocaine business. Maybe for all these years, even.
Yeah, because apparently Clifford is, I don't know, the freaking...
He's apparently Walter White.
Yeah, he's apparently Walter White of Coke.
Of Coke. Not
because it's maple, bitch.
Oh, God.
That's why the syrup sells so well.
Oh, man, can't get enough of this maple syrup. I was like that one time at Thon.
Yeah.
One day we'll tell the story of my maple syrup regrets. And then the other reveal was that Hal had stolen all of the evidence because he didn't want everything to be traced back to the Cooper family, cause
they're blossoms!
Grandpappy Cooper was actually Grandpappy Blossom's brother, and therefore also a Grandpappy Blossom himself. And so, like... Betty looks like she's about to throw up.
Because Polly and Jason are third cousins? Okay.
Yeah. It's like I get everyone making a big deal out of it, but at the same time, it's like, it's a pretty significant distance.
Yeah, this is like small town standard dating sort of thing.
Still.
Oh, come on, the queen is married to her third cousin.
Yeah, but they're royals. We expect that of them.
Yeah, okay.
And then, so the whole Cooper family barge into Thornhill. They're like, Polly, we're leaving. And then they explain everything. And the whole time, Polly's just like... and, like, it's like you just told her that she had been face-hugged.
Maple syrup!
Oh, God, put it back.
They're like, that's why you didn't want Polly to be having the twins, because they're blossom incest babies. And Penelope's like, well, what could be more purely blossom than that?
That's horrible.
Again, that's a real line.
Go to your room.
See, someone on the writing staff had to have been a fan of V.C. Andrews.
But we finally got to the blossoms in the attic.
They're actually going to be finding out that Penelope and Clifford are in fact brother and sister.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Clifford planted the lockbox with the gun and then went over to the police station to talk, more like threaten, with killing Jughead. FP into confessing, because that confession was so rehearsed. It's like, duh, he didn't do it. Clifford is straight up sociopathic.
Yeah. He did do almost everything in there except for killing Jason. The Serpents kidnapped him, they were gonna hold him for ransom, and then one day Clifford just showed up and, like, shot him execution style.
And then did the cleanup, dumped the body.
Yeah, FP and Joaquin had to. And that Joaquin thought that FP had killed him, but he didn't know for sure. He gets out of town because, obviously, like, why isn't everyone moving?
This is a hellmouth.
He tells Kevin about stashing the jacket, and in the jacket they find a thumb drive, and on the thumb drive is security footage showing that Clifford killed Jason.
Which was their insurance. The kids reveal that to Sheriff Keller and the mayor, just to be sure.
Yeah.
I'll put it on Live Leak as well.
It's top on Reddit. Oh yeah, and then Cheryl finds out about the murder, and she's like, she confronts her dad, and she's like, you've done a bad thing, Daddy. And then the cops show up at Thornhill to arrest Clifford, and Cheryl and her mom are both like,
yeah, they point to the barn.
Probably found it, actually. What a piece of shit.
Cops go to the barn, they find him hanging, which is like...
He's hanging out with his cocaine.
And that actually pretty much covers it.
Yeah, Molly goes back to Chicago.
I'm out of here. This shit's nuts.
But probably the first whiff of trouble, she's coming straight back, grabbing Archie, and it's
when somebody dies next semester, when a cult shows up, when Cthulhu gets summoned by the Spellmans.
When there's a chance of a weird mystery.
Well, given that Betty says in the promo, something wicked this way comes.
Yeah.
Speculation on episode 13, because...
The only thing I could make out, the whole thing was just flashes of people... doing things I couldn't even make out.
It looks like Archie was punching the snow until his knuckles bled.
Oh, fuck the snow! It's April!
I think it's supposed to be close to Christmas in the show.
Fuck Christmas!
I saw Thornhill being burned down with a CGI candelabra.
Kind of inevitable with that place, though.
She's gonna try and burn it down, and it's just gonna clip through the floor.
The show should literally end. Like, the last part of the episode needs to be like Archie and the whole gang are all gathered together and like, man, guys, that was a weird mystery, and they all laugh and then into the sky.
No, it has to end on a freeze frame.
Everywhere you go.
No. The ending of freaking Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me.
And I think I saw Archie performing. I don't know, maybe we'll finally see the formation of the Archies.
Crawling in my skin.
No, I just want, after all this season of angst and death and drugs and trauma, just the last scene be them performing, yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. And maybe the Pussycats will do something.
Finally.
Make room for their spin-off, CW.
Please.
That's how the maple syrup flows.
In
in a little town called Riverdale.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy and I feel like I'm loving you.
Okay, you can stop.
Shit, we broke them.
Rick.